You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts J-Hove, Jeff, and Weezy. Please enjoy the show.
Episode 310, 309, Jeff. People assume that you was for real mad at me, dog.
They said you was out there.
Yeah, my brother said, damn, Jeff got a little spicy, man. Damn, man, how we get down from South Nashville? What happened? My brother's looking at you kind of crazy. Nah, Jeff, it's all good.
Good show.
It's just good riveting show,
It's
man.
all good content.
I got you, though. Yeah, I got you.
I got you too.
No.
Oh, you was heated.
No,
you was heated.
No. Was I? No. Was I?
He was alright.
Yeah. No.
How many cheeses can you name?
How many
we
cheeses?
do back here.
Dude, you gonna go right back? Cheeses?
Yeah.
I got like 6 right off the top.
I got 7.
I got a dub though. We
Yeah,
really
yeah,
count,
yeah.
but I got 6 off the dome.
Come on.
Pepper jack.
Yeah, better.
Feta.
Yeah.
Gouda.
Yeah,
Parmesan.
yeah.
Monterey jack.
Let's go.
Yeah, they did.
You talking about
Jeff
me?
helped you out.
Nah, I got it. Sure. Yeah, American. I'm with.
Gouda.
All right, episode 310.
Go.
Let's get it going.
Blue.
Go cheese. Go
Brie.
cheese. Blue. I get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Brie. You don't eat none of them.
Oh, you done that.
And you constipated.
Oh my God.
Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press Podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I am J-Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What it do?
What's going on, guys? How are you guys doing this week?
Yeah, great week.
For sure. Yeah, most definitely. What about you, Weezy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, man. You under the weather?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Like
What is that?
I don't know what it is.
You know what it is?
It's just the weather.
You been getting sick a lot lately, dog.
With that immune
That's what
system hitting
happened.
on, big dog.
Yeah.
I guess what happens when you have a kid.
Shout
Get
out to
sick.
you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Episode 310, we are analyzing the NFL free agent class of 2020, starting with the offense.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
Better damn know it.
Better damn believe
Let's
it.
kick it off, Weez. What you got? Best of the week, buddy.
Best week, man. It was Pop's birthday this week, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, shout out to Pops, man. I miss Pops. You tell him I said what's up, dog.
I will, man. Pop's
Yeah.
birthday this week.
Me
Happy
too.
birthday, Pops, man.
Yeah. What he got playing?
I don't know what he did, man. He just chill out.
Yeah.
He just chill out, man.
For sure.
In glory he is, I mean. He's just chilling
He
out.
definitely not in his glory. He in his prime.
It is
For sure. He definitely in his prime. What about you, Jeff?
Man, I got 2 of them if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, she's gonna beat me up if I don't shout her out. Shout out to my goddaughter. Had 21, 12, 4, and 4 and 3.
Man, she was
City
working.
championship MVP. Shout out to the Rose Park Lady Titans. So she told me if I don't shout out, she gonna beat me up. So
Yeah.
I get that out the way.
Yeah.
She's a clown. And I had a great week on social media this week.
Okay.
From listener interaction.
Listener interaction.
Listener interaction, not
Yeah.
fan, but listener interaction.
Yeah.
Then I stumbled upon a gem
Okay.
on Twitter this week
Okay.
from I Am Heavy O.
That's a true story, too.
I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but apparently J-Hove is going J-Hove no matter where he is. That's all I'm gonna say. J-Hove is going J-Hove no matter where he is.
Jeff, when you read that, did you be like, yeah, that happened?
That happened. I didn't see none about that was embellished. None of it was exaggerated. I said, yep, Jay did all that. Jay did all that.
Yeah.
Not gonna go into a list listeners, but just know J-Hove going J-Hove.
Yeah, my competitive spirit gets the best of me a lot of the times, for sure, man. But still looking for I know you listening to the podcast, man. I'm trying to catch him in horse. Coach Locke got the best of the week, Weezy.
He do.
What did he say?
Coach Locke, his alma mater, tied the record for most wins in a season. They clinched a spot in the OVC championship.
Yeah, he
Shout to
did.
that.
Shout out to the TSU Tigers
Yes,
men's
they
basketball team, man. Really great season, coming from 9 wins
Yes.
to 17, hopefully 18 going into the tournament.
Yes,
And
sir.
So, yeah, man. Shout out to Coach Penny, fan of the show, listener to the show, man, and just super proud of what he's done with the guys. Some good kids up there. We're going to have him on the show really, really soon, man. So
Land
shout
of the
out to
golden
them.
sunshine.
Land of it, man.
Yeah.
Land. I can't believe O put that up on Twitter, man. That's confidential. My best of the week is Kerwin Daly and Alfonso Marquez. The MLB umpire Kerwin Daly was promoted to crew chief, the first African American to hold that position in MLB history. Alfonso Marquez will also be a crew chief in 2020. He will be the first Latino-born crew chief in MLB history, though. So they both worked on 5 World Series series cruise throughout their careers. What a great way to end Black History Month,
Great
man.
way.
For sure, making Black history, for sure. Worst of the week, Weezy, what you got?
My worst of the week was I seen robots flipping burgers, man.
Yeah. I don't want to get a burger that a robot was flipping anyway, though. So you think that'll be everywhere, Weezy?
It's looking, man. It's
looking like
it's getting ugly out here.
Yeah, that's some scary stuff. What about you, Jeff?
I need help, man.
Uh-oh.
I'm actually doing XFL daily fantasy right now.
What?
Really?
Yeah. That's my worst of the week.
Damn.
I felt ashamed of myself filling that lineup
Yeah.
out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Damn.
yeah, I was on DraftKings just
Damn.
Cardell Jones.
Yeah.
Let me get camera artist Payne.
Right.
Yeah,
Damn.
I should stop this. Like,
Yeah, now for sure you need a football fix. Damn, you trying to
It's
win
rough
by
though.
any means necessary. Yeah. My worst of the week, me and Coach Locke are going to share are the LA deputies. This one
man.
shared gruesome photos of Kobe Bryant's crash site and to impress people. One deputy was showing them to a woman at a bar trying to impress her. Easily could have been our yellow box recipient, but I think somebody outkicked their coverage on this yellow box. But come on, man, do better, LA deputies. I'm just happy they didn't get. No, I'm happy they just didn't get to the neck. I'm tired of seeing Pop Smoke resuscitated online. It's something I did not want to see, man. Rest in peace to his family. I mean, to him, and condolences to his family for sure. Damn, that was trash. Stat of the week, fellas.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Shout out to Bryce again for this fine. Bryce is on a roll.
He's on a roll.
2 weeks in a row. Shout out to Bryce.
He flustered.
Yeah, now for sure. He's still looking for that stat. Can't find it. So haven't heard anything. A study in 2011 claimed the probability of a U.S. citizen at least 7 feet tall to play in the NBA was 17%. So there's a 17% chance that if you are 7 feet tall, you are playing in the NBA. Also, the same study indicates that a person between 6'6" and 6'8" has a 0.7% chance of playing in the NBA.
I can see that.
Yeah, man. Stat of the week.
Man,
That's pretty
that doesn't
good.
seem
That's
low
good.
for you for 7 feet. 17%.
You didn't, but that's the thing. You see a lot of first off, there's not a lot of 7-footers
true.
walking around.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
the 17% actually play in the NBA. I think that's a good number.
Yeah,
You're right, especially now with the skill set you got to have.
For
now.
sure.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of 7-footers walking around just living life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know a
Working.
couple.
Yeah.
I know a couple.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to them.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Man, make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of VetFSP. Just search for Sport Press Podcast. And after you do that, check out the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast with Animal Brown and Spike Lee each and every Wednesday. This week's show is the A&R with Juju McLean episode. You guys check that out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the guys at the On Deck TV Hip Hop Podcast. Very informative show.
I
Couple
would
of
say
weeks
so.
in a row for sure. This guy Juju, he's been everywhere, man. Some of
Okay.
everywhere. Very,
Yeah,
very tenured in
Okay.
his position. Yeah, no, for sure.
It was fun to listen to his Rock Nation brunch recap was pretty funny. Yeah, this picture with Rihanna that apparently went viral.
That's dope.
Yeah, she's just in the background, but still,
Oh, she just in the background.
the picture of her that
yeah.
everybody has at the Rock Nation brunch
Yeah.
is really a picture of him,
Oh, wow.
but no one. You know what I'm
Damn,
saying?
Jude.
But it's dope though.
That's
It's
dope, though.
Yeah.
Should he get that plaque put up in the
I
crib?
would. I would. It would already been up.
Yeah.
It's been up by now.
Shout out to Juju,
Yeah.
for sure.
Juju.
Yeah, Fresher Than Your Average podcast. Me and my dog Animal Brown is a self-help fashion podcast directly related to improving everyday fashion. Same great content with the new name. Catch our latest issue. Issue number 59 is up right now directly for the culture. Hit the hotline 629-777-5565 and drop a voicemail so we can answer your fashion-related questions. Wear your kicks and cop responsibly.
I got a Fresh Than Your Average question real
Let's
quick.
do it. Let's do it.
The AI pack come out tomorrow.
Mhm.
The high school and the college.
Okay.
Do I wait on those or do I cop those like they
Nah, they'll be there.
Think they'll be there?
They'll be there.
they limited though?
They are limited, but I'm telling you, those aren't going to sell out. It's hard to wear a pair of Reeboks right now.
It's not that difficult.
Oh, it's very difficult.
It's not
Jeff.
that difficult.
You still got some of your old AIs.
I got all of them.
You got all of them.
Yeah, got
I
the
think you
questions.
buy, Jay.
The only ones I don't have is like the ones I wore like in game, like my pregame, like
Yeah.
slide ins and stuff like that.
Yeah, for
But,
sure.
Like, the questions and stuff, yeah, I got them.
Weezy said you need to buy them off top.
I'm thinking about it.
I think he's going to buy him.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill on the. I struck out everything Nike this month.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah,
It was rough. It was rough. I think everybody had a rough month.
Except Mr. Copperlot.
Except you are Mr. Guy. Shout out to Mr. Guy. Jeff, you got 10 good wrestling seconds.
Oh man,
You ready to start the clock?
yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, so yeah, we did Who Gets the W last week.
Okay.
Right? But I'm throwing it out the window, Jay.
Okay.
I'm pissed off.
What's going on?
WWE was doing so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Came in last week, cameraman. We said Goldberg versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt was the main event, right? No way they would ruin a year of creating the character of The Fiend to somebody just coming back at 53 years old for one match and give him the belt, right? That would never happen, right? 45 seconds, Goldberg beats Bray Wyatt and wins the Universal Championship.
He's back.
And he's back.
So I won.
You won that match, week. But how does that even...
I'm happy as hell about that. I don't know what you're doing. I won. That's good news to me.
I hear you, but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
The internet was in an uproar.
Yeah.
It makes sense for what they're doing for WrestleMania to have Goldberg face Roman Reigns, but you can't do that in Saudi Arabia.
Come on, man.
On a Thursday. To the biggest in the wrestling terms, your most over character you have right now is Bray Wyatt, and you ruined him by losing to Goldberg in less than a minute.
And he was the Fiend.
Yeah, in less than a minute.
Man.
Got Kofi out there.
That's Goldberg.
Kofi. What's Kofi been? He been chilling?
Kofi was the lost his tag team championship yesterday. So Kofi has blonde hair now. He's in a bad place.
Oh,
he's in a bad place.
Damn. We gotta find some help for Kofi, man. Tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe, and more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend
That the revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started with the first half, Weezy, do you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient for the listeners?
I do. This week's award recipient is Dave Daubenmire.
That's it for sure. Dave Daubenmire, although Jennifer Lopez and Shakira's groundbreaking performance was roundly applauded by viewers, critics, and I saw one child that was in awe of the two singers, performers.
Yeah, definitely
performers. During the halftime show for the Super Bowl. One man is deeply offended.
Oh, boy.
Yep. Dave Daubenmire, Weezy's guy, far-right Christian commentator from Ohio, turned to Facebook to find an attorney to help him file a lawsuit accusing the halftime show of, and I quote, pandering pornography.
Come on, Dave.
Come on.
Chill,
we going
man.
porn?
You going full-blown porn.
Pandering porn. And contributing, and I quote, to the delinquency of a minor. Now, he's looking to sue the NFL, Pepsi, which sponsors the show, and local TV stations, basically anybody he can blame for putting his family, and he, end quote, in danger of hellfire. The conservative minister added that since he has the threat to sue the Super Bowl went viral, he's been sent countless pornographic images.
Yeah, right.
And I quote, I observed pics of significant penises, end quote.
The internet is a wild place.
Daubenmire said he's spoken with the lawyer and plans to go forward with the lawsuit, claiming that he'll be satisfied by scoring an $867 trillion settlement.
I'm sorry.
$867 trillion for Dave. And surprisingly, Daubenmire is a Trump supporter.
We gotta keep up with this because I want to see him lose.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, he's not gonna lose.
Nah, he's gonna lose.
He's gonna lose.
They're gonna pay him some money to shut up.
No.
Hell no.
The reason I don't like people like this to have a platform, but it also examines and shows how ignorant some people are in the world in 2020, man. He said J-Lo is, and I quote, 50. You go on a porn website, you're not looking for a 50-year-old woman, end quote, man.
Yeah, he I don't know about that.
I just want to shout out to the people on the internet sending him those pornographic images.
Yeah, no, as he deserves all of that, man. I'm all for 50-year-old women showing their bodies tastefully. They work hard.
I see you missing that.
No, they work hard. They paid a lot of hard
show
money.
their bodies.
Yeah, no, for sure. Show off your bodies,
I see
man.
you, Angela Bass. I see you, Angela Bass.
Dude, Nikki, what's the girl's name? Neil Long.
Neil, I see you.
Is she
Neil
50
Long.
yet? She's like 47.
She gotta be 40.
I'm
see
telling
you,
you.
Halle Berry.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tastefully.
Yeah, tastefully.
Yeah, most definitely. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Get Dave out of here.
Get Dave.
How we get that to him, Weez?
How we getting it to him, Weezy?
We got to prime that to him, man.
We got to get it to him fast.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before we get started, I am J-Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
I'm Weezy. What it do?
Weezy, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on Twitter.
Yes, you are. Jeff, what about you?
Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
And I'm J Hove on Instagram and Twitter. Have a conversation with me on Twitter, even though people putting out
Stories.
They gave Lou clearance to bring out Console Gate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? My friends.
Lou look for a reason to bring up Console
he
Gate.
he keeps it alive. Starlito hits me up like, bro, like you gotta grow up. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh, I got you. Let's kick the first half off. It's a good story though. The Kobe Bryant Memorial. Some 20,000 mourners packed the Staples Center in Los Angeles on Monday for the public memorial, honoring legendary and the GOAT Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. The date chosen for the memorial, February 24th or 2/24/20, is a combination of their jersey numbers, of course. Mm-hmm. Even the ticket prices had connections to those jersey numbers, which range from $24.02 to $224.02. Mm-hmm. More than 80,000 people applied for those tickets. Did you guys watch the memorial?
I watched bits and pieces of what I could stand.
For sure.
It was a little emotional.
Yeah, it was rough, man.
To get out of there a couple times.
Smart man. Yeah. For sure. What about you, Weezy?
I watched bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, for sure. I watched that thing from the rooter to the tutor.
I bet you did.
And man, Beyonce kicking that thing off with EXO.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Halo.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I almost hit the button right there.
Hey, man.
I toughed it out.
And then Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay.
That was rough too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then Vanessa speaking.
I was out.
You got to dip. You got to dip when Vanessa get up there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like 20 minutes of that. Ooh. It was rough, man. Yeah. But with Michael Jordan coming in and doing his talking, I think that ended the actual debate with the Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan situation. I think it just, Michael's like, look, man, this is my little brother, man. Yeah. Like, I never seen Mike like down like that. Michael's down.
Mike was hurt.
Mike was hurt by that, man. But now Kobe fans can kind of accept like rooting for, Michael Jordan related things and even LeBron James. Because people were mad because LeBron wasn't there, but LeBron was there the entire time.
They just didn't put the camera on.
His ass just, hey, don't put the camera on me. He was there in a hoodie and it was just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. How do you guys feel that people were upset with LeBron basically not being on camera?
People need to grow up.
Yeah, for sure.
You cannot tell someone how to mourn. Like, he was there, for goodness sake. Like,
for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, I honestly, if somebody like, I'm not saying he and Kobe were close, but just that camaraderie and knowing they're in the same breath. Like when you mention the greatest of all time,
sure,
they are mentioned depending on who you ask, 1, 2, 3,
right
in the era.
Facts.
So that hurt LeBron. They hit LeBron hard.
Yeah,
like that's somebody you battle with, went to war with and went to war for at the time. So no, that had to hurt.
Yeah. In 2009, Staples held Michael Jackson Memorial 12 days after he passed. Yeah. Nipsey Hussle's 11 days after he passed. So, man, Staples, man, the house that Kobe built, man. They sent my boy out right, for sure, man.
They did.
Yeah,
man.
It was
Shaq,
rough.
Shout out to Shaq.
Shaq.
I tuned back in for Shaq.
Yeah, Shaq. He brought the comedy to the entire thing.
I watched clips of everybody else, but when Vanessa was talking, I said, "Well,
can't do that." Nah, for sure.
Can't do this.
Man, rest in peace, my dog Kobe. Man, damn, that sounds crazy. Even saying
that's crazy.
Man. You know what? I was just about to say. This was for me. I'm like, damn, it's really true.
That's really,
true
for
at
sure.
this point. Like,
that put a period to it.
Like, damn, it's true. All right, let's move on to the NFL. So most of us were probably knocked out sleep Tuesday night. But the NFL Players Association, took a step forward and tried to make some changes to the collective bargaining agreement and making it go through, actually. 32 player representatives voted to agree to what the offer from the owners, making it a 17-14-1 margin. Who's that one team that didn't vote?
I have no clue. You got to do some research on that.
That's tough, right? And that sends the offer to all 2,000 players to be voted on coming up after the owners have made the offer of having a 17-week season, making alterations to the wild card playoff week, and raising the cap, the salary cap to $250,000. So at this point, it's in the players' hands. Players seem to be split, cameraman, down the line. A lot of veteran players are like, this is ridiculous. Even someone like the Pouncey Twins offering to help pay rent for those who are a little behind or who will be hurt in case, something goes like, maybe a strike or something like that. Where do you guys stand on this?
There's so many different ways you can go with it, man. I mean, if you just break it down in a small, start off with the eliminating one preseason game.
Yeah.
While adding a regular season contest that is something that's going to help on both ends. And expanding that game, you get 2 more playoff games. That's more revenue.
Yep.
And you get, and one more preseason, not postseason, with a regular season game with that. That also brings in more revenue. But at the same time, this is going to start load management in the NFL.
I better.
It better. Nah, for sure. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but can they really afford load management in the NFL? Every game matters.
Exactly. Yeah. But sometimes you get a little ahead of the schedule. You're 12-2. You know where you're at. You can start doing some load management. Yeah, man.
Because at this point, with the way it's looking right now, you can have 9 wins and make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you do that with 9 wins or 10 wins, and adding another game on. Yeah, you can load manage.
Yeah,
like,
for
I
sure.
would. Like, that's one extra game where I don't have to worry about. Is basically considered another bye week. If you are ahead of the schedule, it's like how week 17 used to be before people started complaining for fantasy football purposes, and they moved the division games towards the end of the season, try to make those last few weeks count. It's gonna be just like it used to be. Week 17, just to play, just to scrimmage, another scrimmage game.
Yep.
There's no way I'm risking my body for that extra stuff for no reason.
I like the regular season roster increasing by 2 to 55 with those game day activities. Also growing to 46 to 48.
Yeah.
That you need those extra bodies. And even with the practice players being expanded from 12 to 14, that gives 128 more jobs for the young players. So what they're doing, I know what they're doing. They're trying to get the young players votes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are hopeful to get into the NFL.
Yeah.
With that, you might have a better chance from 12 to 14, man.
And this does, to me, and we kind of touched on it a little bit, but it does split the players, though.
100%.
Because if you're a veteran that's already kind of, solidified and you're good, even though no money is really guaranteed in the NFL,
right.
But you've done well with your money, you played a few years, you're good, you're well off. You understand that this is gonna this isn't helpful. This is to help your body going forward. But if you're a young kid and you're dangling another $100,000 in front of them, and they're making the league, possibly league minimum or things like that, they got to take that because you got to maximize your amount of making as much money as you can during this window of time period when you're playing in the NFL. So it's the owners win again as always.
As always, and with that relaxation of the marijuana, like we talked about in halftime of our last show. That is something that is going to help out some of the players that are older as well that like to enjoy marijuana and things of that nature. Yeah. Randy Gregory, David Irvin, of course, Josh Gordon, historically have been suspended because of marijuana, catching up with the times from Major League Baseball, soccer, NHL. They don't test for weed.
Right.
This is something, man, that can help out there. So that's getting some of the older members as well. So it's all driven, like what you said, Jeff, by the bottom line, which is money. Yeah. Now we got to see if the NFL will succeed in kind of getting it approved or not. Because I think if not, man, it's going to be a lockout.
Yeah, and the players have, I believe, 2 to 3 weeks and some time to vote on it. So we'll see. Yeah, they definitely split.
Sure. Let's talk some tennis. Maria Sharapova walked away from her sport rather quietly Wednesday at the age of 32, ending a career that featured 5 major championships. There was no goodbye tournament, no last moment in the spotlight. She lost the last 4 matches that she played in majors with first-round exits in her past 3 appearances, including the Australian Open this January. This turned out to be the last match of her career. She was 0-2 so far this season. How will Sharapova be remembered?
18?
2-20.
2-20, excuse me. That's how I remember her.
2-20 against Serena is what you was talking about. Yeah. She was the highest paid athlete for 11 straight years, earning 300. Yeah, for sure, man. That's nuts.
How much was it?
320. She made $325 million playing tennis from 17 to age 32.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
She cashed out.
Second all time behind Serena. Yeah. So
which is insane for the level of achievement
that Serena did.
Yeah, right. You look at what Serena accomplished on the tennis court to what Maria Sharapova accomplished. Wow.
It lets you know where we at with it.
So,
100%. But I think she will always be remembered as second fiddle to even maybe third because Venus.
It wasn't even a rivalry, though.
No, it wasn't a rivalry. 2-20.
She was killing them.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny. Just think if Duke just think if UNC was 20-2 against Duke.
It was like how we played against North Carolina State. Right. Yeah, so they tried to say that's a rivalry. It's not
in state.
Yeah, because it's in state.
Yeah. Other than that, you're not counting it as a rivalry.
Nah, man, it's not a rivalry. No. A rivalry is Duke and North Carolina.
Right, exactly.
Split by maybe 2 points.
Easy.
And Duke has one more win. That's crazy. But yeah, that's not a rivalry. 2-20. But you know what that's about, and it is about Maria Sharapova being a little bit more marketable in
For
the
some-
eyes of
yeah,
some
for
people.
some people.
For some
100%. Yeah, but cashing out $325, man, at 32 years old, that's
Yeah.
how you retire.
Yeah, nah, you walk away. You can walk away with
At
2
30
straight losses this year like that.
At 32 years old,
At 32,
she did it right.
she did it right.
Yeah,
Most
yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Tennis was always, you couldn't get nothing else for tennis from that.
Hell no. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to boxing, guys. Oh boy. So the heavyweight division was back in the spotlight this week.
It was.
Oh, man. Shout out to Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fought for the second time this past weekend with Tyson Fury scoring a 7th round stoppage and winning over the sold out crowd with his rendition of American Pie. So not only did he knock out Deontay Wilder and have his corner throw in the towel, he actually sung a song at the end and had the entire stadium rocking with him.
Yeah.
He supposed to.
Wilder was knocked down twice, first
Yeah,
time in
he
his career.
Yeah, he was.
Blamed it on his 45-pound suit that
Yeah,
he
he
wore
did.
to the
Yeah, he
ring.
did.
Didn't have any legs.
Yeah.
Is he done, guys?
Man, this is the thing. Tyson Fury fought that fight totally different than he fought that first fight.
Okay.
He went right after Wilder. Dog.
Oh, yeah.
Legs. Once his legs was done, he began to be tired. He was able to throw that right because if Deontay Wilder can't throw that right, he's done.
No,
He's done.
yeah.
He's just standing there.
Yeah. You're right.
So I think this is a question I have for you, Jeff. Did the trainer change help Fury win this fight?
2 things helped Fury. That
Mhm.
and the extra weight helped Fury.
Mm.
Shout out to Roy Jones. He took my talking point that I
Mhm.
was going to speak to today, so I'm going to just summarize it. Jay, not trying to be funny.
Mhm.
I weigh more than you, Jay.
Yeah.
Let's say you and I wanted to have a sparring session,
Okay.
and you're probably head speed is probably faster than mine.
Mm-hmm.
So to negate that, Jay, when you come into me, I'm going to
Yeah.
grab you
You got to.
and I'm going to lean on you.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, me leaning on you, Jay, you're going to be it's
Tired.
going to take those legs away. a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
That extra 30, that 273 pounds that Tyson Fury had leaning on Wilder those first 2 rounds before that punch hit, and even after that
Mhm.
punch hit, that's what did it.
100%.
It wasn't him, the 45-pound suit that was crazy with the batteries and the vibranium and all that. It wasn't that. It was the fact that that man was leaning on him, did any chance he got.
That's true, Jeff. That's a great point. I didn't even think about that. A lot of people are talking about the Sugar Hill, which is his new trainer, is a more offensive-minded trainer than Ben Davison, his prior trainer.
Yeah.
And he had Fury fighting a far more offensive-oriented bout.
Right.
And with that offense, it showed, man. He was on his ass from the beginning of that
Jump
fight.
street. And Deontay's never fought backing up.
Yeah.
And-
He was out. He was
And
moonwalking.
we go ahead, Wiz.
My whole thing about that fight was it wasn't Deontay Wilder's night, obviously. It wasn't his night. And I don't understand why he got mad at his trainers for throwing the towel.
I
in.
do.
Yeah.
I can speak to if you, I can
Please, go ahead.
as a fighter, Deontay, this is the same person that he wants to kill someone in the ring.
Yeah.
Not saying he should, and I hope he never does,
Mhm.
but he has said, I want to actually kill someone in the ring. Deontay wanted to get knocked out. As a
Mhm.
champ, you want to lose on your sword. You want to die on your sword. So
Right.
having someone who doesn't even have the power to say
Mhm.
you lost the fight, call the fight for you, that hurts.
That hurt.
That hurts.
That's true.
And I mean, he wasn't looking like he was going to be in the fight much longer, but you got to give someone with that power, because one shot changed that whole fight for him.
Mhm.
One shot changed the whole fight for him. Not saying he looked like he was going to do it.
Right.
For anybody listening saying that he was done, he probably was. But with his power, you got to let him get knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jeff,
Go ahead.
once your injury up start bleeding, bro, they got to look out for his safety.
No. Well, let me say this too. I agree with the stoppage. He did not look good, but I understand from someone who has knocked out 38 of his 40 opponents, like knocked them clean out.
Mhm.
He never feels like he's out of a fight.
Let him die next time. Let him die in the ring.
That's what he wanted.
That's-
He wanted, but not. He didn't want to. I'm pretty sure he don't want to literally die. But I know he wanted to get. He wanted to say he knocked me out. He was a better man. He stopped me. If I got 5 more rounds left, and I got this right here that he has, that's only rivaled by Tyson, only rivaled by Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
I got a shot.
Wilder got a purse of $5 million and a 60-40 split on pay-per-view revenue with him on the 40 side. It makes sense though for him to go ahead and chill out and wait for the eventual winner of Fury versus Joshua, and just kind of get his mind together, kind of figure out what he's going to do as the next step.
But he's
Because
not.
you got your ego. His ego took a big hit.
But he's not waiting.
Who he's going to fight then?
He exercised his rematch clause.
Man, he better. Man, I don't think he wants to fight him again.
He
dog.
exercised his rematch clause.
I wish I would have bet on it.
The thing is, the fight's gonna look exactly how it looked. He's unless he finds another trainer that allows him to let his hands go.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and again, I know I'm quoting Roy Jones a lot, but he took all my points. But Roy said it best. They found out that Deontay Wilder was blessed with a God-given talent with a right hand that was unstoppable.
Right.
And they stopped working on everything else.
Mm-hmm.
His trainers and corners stopped working on everything else. Once they realized he had that right hand, we good.
Yeah,
because nobody's standing in front of that, and they're right.
Yeah.
Nobody's standing in front of that, but he's got to get it off though.
Yeah, he can't. He can get that thing off for sure. Pause. Before we get started with halftime, let's talk ESPN. They decided to end the show hosted by what is his name? Pablo Torre and Bomani Jones. This is High Noon. Now, the timing of the news that ESPN was canceling High Noon couldn't have been worse for Pablo Torre.
It's wild.
Torre was informed of the show being canceled while he was at the hospital preparing for his first child being born. Yeah. The network cited viewership as the reason why the show was ending and will be replaced by one of my favorite shows, Jalen and Jacoby. That shows
what they want.
This shows Jalen Rose and producer David Jacoby. Its final episode of High Noon will be next month. Is ESPN on brand for this?
Yep.
100% on brand.
100% on brand. I can go into it. Go ahead, Weez.
That show was just okay to me.
High Noon was great, man. I think the timing was a coincidence that it was actually canceled because it just shows how tone deaf this network is. The show averaged 330,000 viewers so far in 2020, down 3% from last year. Yeah. ESPN's much hyped Get Up is averaging only 50,000 more viewers. Yeah. So everybody is trying to recreate PTI, but that was our age's PTI there.
And the thing is, not to get too one-sided or the other, with the reason why it kind of bothers me that this show was canceled is because it was the only show where there was two alternate faces. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That was on that show. Now, mind you, Jalen Jacoby is going to be great. I love Jalen Rose as a personality on TV. I hope he does well. Mm-hmm. But that's a radio show. They moved to a TV slot.
100%.
So it's not even a big overhead for them to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But producing that show with Bomani, I don't know. He probably goes back to highly questionable. He did well on there. I don't know what it means for Pablo. You know what I mean? It was weird. Like, I really enjoyed that show. I listened to it every day. If I couldn't watch it, I listened to the podcast every day.
Do you think that ESPN is trying to get rid of all the black and brown people on their staff?
Not all, but the younger version of it.
Gotcha.
Is definitely there's no young blood.
No young.
The young blood is gone.
Yeah.
There's Stephen A.
Yeah, they running him like Derrick Henry.
Right, and there's Wilbon, and Wilbon's not gonna do all the extra stuff. He's gonna do some, but he's gonna do all of it.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as African American males,
let's need some diversity.
They're looking for a quick flip.
Yeah.
They're looking for, all right, and this is popping, let's go. But they haven't found that yet.
Yeah.
Everything takes time, but obviously they don't have time.
It's problematic, man, and it's not a good thing for ESPN to go this route. I've seen it happen on other networks. And you take away, I remember when it was a point in time when Carson Daly was the face of MTV, and they got rid of some of the VJs that were around him. I can't think of, Serena Alsholt and a bunch of different people. Yeah, Lala. It was a bunch of people just on MTV that were household faces. Yeah. And you take away those household faces and trying to go away from the actual demographic that actually watches some of these shows, man, it's going to be problematic for the long-term success of ESPN, man.
Because where does your younger viewership come from?
They're not watching that, man. A lot of people watch High Noon, man. So we'll see. You guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
We're at the midway point. Enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime, in case you missed it. Now, the NFL now has a steak-eating champion. Baltimore Ravens offensive lineman Bradley Bozeman proved he can do more than just protect Lamar Jackson on Wednesday night when he put down a 72-ounce steak and the sides to go with it. The 25-year-old was able to take on the challenge that many couldn't do and couldn't dream of completing without an issue at the Big Texans Steak Ranch in Amarillo, Texas. It challenges those who dine to finish a 72-ounce piece of steak, as well as ordering a shrimp cocktail and a salad and a roll with butter. Oh, and you have to finish all this within less than an hour. The 6'5", 317-pound lineman showed off his eating skills and finished it within 10 minutes left on the hour. The question I have for you: can anybody at this table, in this room, in this studio, Eat a 40-ounce steak in less than 60 minutes.
I couldn't.
I can't eat no steak like that. But
40-ounce.
40-ounce steak. Listen, I got a guy that can. And his name is Philly from Shane. Shane from Philly. Shane from Philly, dead ass, can eat I think he can eat a 72-ounce steak, dog. I am not playing.
He gets down with the steak.
Dude, I think we might have a competition. Weezy cooks the steak.
Yeah.
Shane eats the steak. Yeah. 72 ounces in less than an hour. It will be gone.
That's tough, man.
I think he can do it, dog.
I'm really? Real. I'm out.
Shane from Philly can do it. Do it easy. Like, no question. I don't have a doubt in my mind that Shane can do it.
I'm out.
You don't think he can do it, Weezy?
We'll see. We can make it happen.
72 ounces?
72 ounces. Gone in less than an hour.
Nah, you said 40-some ounces.
He asked anybody in this room to do 40.
I know nobody in this room can get 72 ounces.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody can get 40. Shane got 70 easy. It ain't even easy.
I struggled on
it. Bro, I'm not
20.
playing.
Easy. I struggled on 20 a couple of weeks.
Yeah, catch Coach Lock on a good day.
Catch Coach Lock after a workout. He got the 40.
Yeah, he got the 40 after. If he hungry.
Shane got the 70.
That's tough, man.
Easy, though.
Easy work?
Some of the easiest. So, preparing for the show. I called Shane. I said, Shane, you think you can? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. With ease, though. Not even a question. We started talking about something else. Like, yeah, I can do that. 100%. Okay. He was looking for competition. He was like, you think anybody can out-eat me? I was like, no. I don't think it'll be some of the easiest work you ever do in your life. So we got to have a competition. So in turn, if somebody thinks that they can withstand 72 ounces of steak or out-eat Shane, please let us know. For sure. They can have for sure. You guys ready to get started second half?
Please.
Let's go.
The second half is underway.
Second half, NFL free agency show. Part 1 with the offense. I am J Ho.
It's your boy Big Joe.
I'm Weezy. What's happening?
NFL free agency is going to be absolutely fascinating in 2020 pre-production. On this week's conference call, Weezy was like, this is the most anticipated quarterback class in free agency history. I agree with him for sure. Shout out to Weezy. The crazy number of quarterbacks hitting the market. There's no telling what will happen. The rumor mill is churning as the NFL scouting combine approaches. It's starting to get clearer and clearer as to which free agents will re-sign and those who leave, and they're likely landing spots. You don't have to wait, man. You can play general manager alongside us and reach deep into the crop of the best offensive NFL free agents for 2020. Let's kick it off with the quarterbacks. The first person on the list, in no particular order, but a particular order. We'll go with Drew Brees, 41 years old. Made $25 million last year. What we're doing is stock season. We're buying or selling these free agents as well. So we'll start off with Drew Brees. The Saints buying or selling Drew Brees.
If I'm the Saints, I'm buying.
Yeah.
Drew Brees gave me nothing, no kind of issues for me to sell. Mm-hmm. He's still a top 5 quarterback in the league at his age. He's played with a top 5 wide receiver. He played with a top 5 running back on his team.
Top 10.
Okay.
Arguably top 5 for sure, though.
He's got a top 10
defense.
No, top 15 defense.
Ain't true.
And then he got a top 10 tight end also.
Yeah.
Plus he played with his coach, so I don't see. And Drew Brees had no signs of slowing down this shit besides that injury.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to imagine Drew Brees leaving the Saints based on what he's meant to that franchise. First ballot Hall of Famer. That city, 100%, Jeff. So I know New Orleans was bounced from the playoffs early at home with the Vikings and Wild Card Weekend. And Drew Brees didn't play his best game that night. But the Saints, they have a playoff caliber roster and one of the best head coaches like Weezy was talking about. So it's either retirement or the Saints, man. I got them staying for a 1-year deal. That's all they're buying.
So I have them buying as well, but precautionary buying.
Okay.
His deep passes don't look the same. That reason why Kangar Mike caught so many passes, he's right in front of Drew every time he's catching. Like, let's be real. Like Drew's not throwing a lot of, posts.
Right.
It's a lot of curls. You know what I mean? So he's a little long in the tooth, but I do think they're buying him just because that team is built for right now. And bringing in somebody else that you have to build and nurture and bring along, it's going to be a little difficult. So I think they draft the backup. They draft his heir apparent this year, but they're buying Drew Brees 1 more year.
Gotcha. Let's move right along to Dak Prescott.
I'm sorry. Coach Locke is buying Drew Brees also.
Okay.
Shout out to Coach Locke.
All right. Let's move on to Dak Prescott, 26 years old. His salary last year was $2 million. Are the Cowboys buying or selling Dak Prescott?
Well, with Jerry Jones having dreams of Dez Bryant in the shower, I would guess it's not a little, just a tad, right?
Just a tad bit weird.
Sheesh. I would think they would have bought Dak by now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump off the cliff and say they're selling.
Okay. Wow.
They're selling Dak.
I like that. I like that rationale behind that. I have the Cowboys buying. They absolutely have no reason to sell him. He hasn't hit his prime yet. He had his best statistical season of his career and also developed a relationship with the best wide receiver that they had since Dez Bryant and Amari Cooper. You can't let that go. You got to do a Kirk Cousins Washington football team franchise tag until you can't franchise tag anymore. So having franchise tag in Dak for sure.
Why don't you just pay him instead of that's why whatever Washington didn't make sense.
Yeah,
but okay,
it makes sense.
Actually, I got the Cowboys buying Dak, man. I got them buying. If you look at it, Dak may be the best quarterback in that division.
It's arguable, very arguable.
He had a better season.
Who is he going against?
Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I mean, Carson Wentz get hurt when the wind blow the wrong way.
That's part of the game.
That's a good point Weezy making though.
That's not if I'm negotiating Dak, I'm like, okay, Danny Dimes, Dwayne Haskins, you better be better than them in Dallas.
I'm just saying he has leverage.
That's the leverage that he has for the actual people that they have to get past.
Okay,
yeah,
that's true.
I'm buying Dak. I mean, that offense is built around Zeke. He got the best, probably got the best line in the game.
Yeah,
the line not as good as it used to be.
But the line is, they were hurt a little bit last year, but they'll be fine.
Okay.
They'll be fine. What about Coach Locke?
Coach Locke is buying.
Buying in.
He buying.
Yeah,
I don't understand why the deal hasn't been done yet.
I like your rationale.
Yeah, that's all.
I like it. Let's move on to Tom Brady. He's 42 years old. His 2019 salary was only $14 million. Are the Patriots buying or selling?
They are selling.
Wow.
Ooh. Tell me why.
Tom Brady is your new starting quarterback for your Tennessee Titans.
Ooh, you feel good about that?
Good about that. I don't know why I feel so good about that. Well, I can tell you why I feel so good. It's another reason. Like Tom Brady, you don't let Tom Brady make the free agency. I know he wanted to make the free agency, but at this point, if Belichick really wanted him there, and if Robert Kraft wanted him there, they would have done everything they could to get this deal finished. Because he's the first domino that has to fall.
That's it.
None of these other moves are going to get made until everyone figures out where Tom Brady is going.
Yeah.
And it just makes so much sense if you're gonna stretch it out. He's gonna come to Tennessee for 1 year. And wow.
I have the Patriots buying. The stats this past season weren't too bad considering the following factors. Now, offensive line dealt with a lot of injuries to their most important players throughout the season. The run game was ineffective because of that reason. The turnover, inexperience at wide receiver. It's far from ideal. The team just doesn't have a good backup plan if he leaves. I don't think the Patriots will let that happen. They'll be smart to reach compromise on salary, making more and more aggressive push towards winning another championship in 2020. So I have them paying him right around $22 million.
I got the Patriots buying, but not in a rush at all.
Okay.
I think they're sitting back thinking we had a good run. 6 Super Bowl championships.
Great run.
I mean, let's see what else we can get. Because eventually it's gonna come apart. Eventually he's gonna leave.
Just think you wait too long.
That's what I'm saying.
Titans gonna pay, and at 42
that's
years
fine.
old. At 42 years old, you want to feel appreciated, and I think that's what Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, even Cam Newton at a younger age wants to feel wanted and appreciated.
And I'm sorry, go ahead. Finish your point.
No, you got it.
But no disrespect to what your number you threw out of 20, because a lot of money. I don't think Tom Brady plays for that amount of money. I think he wants 30.
Yeah, I think because he's taking a pay cut every year.
That's what I'm saying.
Patriots.
So you said they're going to offer him 22 or 20. I don't think he takes that money. I think the Titans, because they have the money to spend, will give him the 30 for a 2-year deal, one guaranteed. Let's go win the Super Bowl. Or try.
Yeah.
They feel like they're one player away.
I don't think so. Tom Brady. Coach Locke is buying also.
Okay, remember that.
Yeah.
So, and moving right along to Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
He's 38 years old. His 2019 salary was $11 million. Are the Chargers buying or selling?
They are selling.
Sold already.
Sold to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
And that will be the Indianapolis Colts.
Ooh, I agree with that, Jeff. I got him going selling as well. 2-year deal with the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout
I got him selling too. Now to the coach though. I don't know where he's going.
Mm.
I don't think it really matters at this point. I think we've seen the best of him.
Mm.
So, Coach, I got him selling too.
Okay. And the thing is, the reunion with the Colts between Phillip Rivers and Frank Reich.
Yeah.
He was his quarterback's coach at San Diego from 2015 to 2017. Jacoby Brissett just didn't throw the deep ball far enough with that Colts. And I know that Frank Reich likes to throw the ball down the field. So Phillip Rivers with the Colts, man, I like that, Jeff. Jameis Winston is up next, 26 years old. In 2019, he made $20.9 million for his salary. Are the Bucs buying or selling Jameis Winston?
I believe the Bucs are selling.
Okay.
For anybody not a Tampa Bay fan, watching Jameis was the most fun thing to watch
For sure.
because he's either gonna throw a pick or a touchdown.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was fun to watch because even after two picks, you said, "Well, he threw 4 touchdowns after that."
For sure.
But if you're a Tampa Bay fan, that's hard to deal with.
Tough to
just being
tough to
honest.
watch, yeah.
So I think Bruce Arians is finally saying, you know what? I did 1 year of this,
Yeah.
30 touchdowns, 30 picks, 5,000 yards, true enough.
Sure.
But I can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
You want to say where you think he's going, or you
Oh, yeah, it's all up to you.
Chicago?
Yeah, you got to go to
I
Chicago.
go Chicago.
Okay.
Chicago loves their quarterback.
Yeah.
And they have a defense to support him
Oh.
and a running game to support him,
100%.
which he's never had in Tampa Bay as a running game.
Yeah. I have the Bucs buying for a 1-year deal. Winston became, like Jeff mentioned, 30 for 30. But he had LASIK surgery, man, over the actual offseason. And I think he has the wherewithal. And he already knows BA's offensive system. The eye surgery, 1-year deal, seems to give him one more chance. And I know BA's actual job is on the line, but he loves Jameis, man. He's not going to let it go like that.
That's why on the problem. I'm selling Jameis just for that one reason you said it right there. It's because you had to throw 30 interceptions to realize you need eye surgery.
Well, I'll say this. No, well, I'll say this though. I'm a Florida State fan. His junior year, because he redshirted the first year. That second year in Florida State, he had surgery that time too, and it didn't fix it. Because you remember when he first came on the scene, James would squint in between plays.
Yeah. He's still doing that shit.
And he's still doing it, but they tried to give him surgery then. It didn't help then. So I'm thinking this is like a correction of that one.
I mean, this ought to let y'all know right here that they don't know if he's the answer. This dude threw for 5,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. It's just like if he cuts that interception down to 15, he's an MVP race.
Yeah.
He's an MVP race.
Yeah, I mean, they got to win some games, but with those, if you cut those 15 down, you're gonna you're gonna win some of those games,
Right.
100%.
So I mean, like Coach Locke's buying too. But as a Florida State fan, I gotta think that.
Yeah,
I don't do him any kind of way.
I'm just telling you.
Because they definitely want him in
I
Tennessee.
mean, you got to throw
They
30
just took
interceptions
him
to
in
realize
Tennessee.
you can't see. There's something wrong.
At least he threw the ball 30 times.
What you mean?
I mean, the one y'all drafted at number 2 won nothing. We're going to get to him a little later.
let's move right along to Ryan Tannehill. He's 31 years old. His 2019 salary is $1 million. Wow, it's nuts. Are the Titans buying or selling Ryan Tannehill?
They said they got him on ice. They got him on ice right now.
Well, I hate to say they're selling him, though.
Yeah.
The only way he's a Titan is if Tom Brady don't want to come here.
Right.
I think that they're buying, and they're buying big. Tannehill, after week 7, they were 7-3 over the last 10 games. Earned a playoff win, beating Tom Brady. Right. So you beat Tom Brady with Ryan Tannehill, even though I know I've on him weekly about not throwing the ball.
I'm glad you brought that up.
But then you go and beat the Ravens, the number 1 seed Ravens. He's a game manager. They love him. I'd be shocked if they part ways with him, but he's want to get paid because this was his year. I think they pay him $20 to $22 million to be their starting quarterback next year. 1-year deal, though.
That's why everything you said is why I think they're tentative to signing him was because all the good things you said, none of that really factored around what he can do.
Yeah, it's tough.
When they played the Chiefs, when it mattered, he couldn't keep up. That slow pace offense they tried to run with, it's great to ground and pound in the playoffs. I get it. Running game is key. But when your quarterback got to make a throw, he couldn't. That play action, that high school play action play wasn't working.
You kidding me? high school play action.
What you got?
That was Jim Wilson Glencliff offense.
What you got, Weezy?
I got us buying in, man.
Yeah.
I got us buying in. Coach Locke has us buying in for everything Jeff didn't say. We ain't run no high school offense, man. You
One
kidding
read,
me?
throw the ball.
Huh?
One read, throw the ball. It's high school.
That's not no one read throw the ball. I'm too sick to argue with you today. But yeah, I ain't gonna do it.
Check. Running back not open. One receiver, throw it away.
He crazy.
Let's move right along to Teddy Bridgewater, 27 years old. His 2019 salary is $1.2 million. Are the Saints buying or selling Teddy Bridgewater?
Unfortunately, they're gonna have to sell him because you can't afford him no more.
Mm.
Teddy's a starter in this league. Teddy's gonna get a job somewhere, probably somewhere in Florida with Bruce in Tampa Bay.
Okay. You got a space for him. Yeah. I have the Saints actually buying in. I think Teddy Bridgewater will sit and take a deal to be a backup quarterback in New Orleans, man. They say, you sit there. I think this is a Nick Foles situation from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah, him just sitting there just in case. A just in case situation. One of the most accurate quarterbacks in this free agent class that we're talking about. And I think that he won't get a starting job anywhere else with the actual spot that he would want. Like him going with Mike Evans and them in Tampa, I think they stick with Jameis because starting the team tomorrow, if you had Teddy Bridgewater right here, Jameis Winston, who you going with?
I'm going Jameis.
Exactly. So in turn, I don't think that they'll pull the trigger, and I think Teddy will stay in New Orleans.
Ask me that same question.
Well, I know you don't like Jameis Winston. You don't like the African American quarterback, though.
That's not true. Come on, man.
I'm just joking.
Now, ask me that same question.
I'm just joking. Who would you take, Weezy, if you had the chance to get Teddy Bridgewater or Jameis Winston?
I'm taking Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay.
If Teddy Bridgewater doesn't get hurt in that brutal injury, Teddy Bridgewater's a starting quarterback in the NFL since a rookie.
Mm-hmm. But he did have that injury, and I don't.
He played 5 games this year, also.
Yeah.
And in won 5 games.
Yeah. I just think he's proven to be a starting quarterback in this league again. I agree with that 100%. I just don't think he wants to go to a team like Jacksonville and start over. Is what I'm saying.
I think he wants another contract. I don't think he wants to make another $1 million a year.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So,
I think take a 5. He'll be all right with a 5.
Oh hell no! He
Nick
wants to
Foles,
play.
I'm telling you, Nick Foles. What about you and Coach Locke, man? When you talking, you gotta go. You and Coach Locke. What you got?
Coach Locke got him selling.
He's selling too?
Yeah, I'm selling too. But
Okay.
he's gonna be a starting quarterback.
We'll see.
I hope we're right on that. He deserves the job.
Let's move on and to our last quarterback is Marcus Mariota, 26 years old. His salary in 2019 was $20.9 million. Are the Titans buying or selling Marcus Mariota?
Sold to the man. He's gone.
Yeah, for sure. Where's he going? Where's this your team? Where's he going?
I don't know. I think he's gonna be a backup.
Mm-hmm.
I think what he's seen this year is gonna have to. That's the only thing have to to motivate him. He's seen Tannehill come in. He got to know he's one play away from start, and he can rejuvenate his career. That's all I can tell him.
There we go.
I think he's a backup in the league for sure.
He was benched after week 6, the move that turned the Titan season around. He deserves a fresh start, and I think that fresh start will happen in Chicago, backing up Mitchell Trubisky. And he won't be looked at as a long-term situation, but he is a bridge quarterback or a backup to a bridge quarterback. So he's looking for a small competition, and I think he'll have it in Chicago.
I see you. Well, of course, I'm selling. The Titans have sold this already. I see you with the small competition. It's one or two places. He either goes to have a quarterback competition with Tyrod Taylor with the Chargers, or he goes to Jacksonville and has it with Gardner Minshew.
So we'll see.
Like he has the tools.
What about Nick Foles though in Jacksonville?
They gonna cut that. They're not gonna pay that again. Okay. They realized that was look how well Gardner did for a little bit of nothing.
Yeah.
And you can't pay Nick Foles that money and him get hurt, and you got this guy right here doing the exact same thing for a cheaper rate. You know what I mean? So
what about Miami?
I don't see him going to Miami because they need a starter. I think he has to go somewhere where he has to prove himself.
I got you.
You know what I mean? And then Miami's going to draft someone and keep a Fitzmagic or what's my man's name? It's there right now, the young kid. Yeah, Miami, your guy.
Oh, Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen. I want to call him Josh Allen for some reason. Josh Rosen. So they're gonna be fine with those two and then drafting somebody. But he's going to either the Chargers or Jacksonville. He being Marcus Mariota.
How many touchdowns has Marcus Mariota threw in 5 years?
That's you a Titan fan.
You know what I mean?
12.
27,
76.
76. Ooh, how many picks?
I didn't look at the
Yeah,
picks.
sure. There we go. You up, Joe?
Right. We're going to move on to the running backs, cameraman. Starting off with Derrick Henry, 26 years old. 2019 stats, he had 1,500 yards, 18 total touchdowns on 303 carries. His salary was just $1.2 million. Only played 15 games, though. Well, not only, but he missed a game. What are the Titans going to do, Jay?
They're buying, man. They got to pay him. He carried the Titans to the AFC Championship game, unstoppable, and ran through contact constantly. He's the Stephen A. Smith of the NFL. His last 12 games, man, he just absolutely murdered. He deserves a big boy raise, and he'll get it from the Titans. 4-year deal, right around 11 a year. I'm buying.
Yeah, me and Coach Locke are buying too. I think the only reason this deal isn't done today is because he's not on the field for 3 downs. We'll get down. He can't catch the ball at the backfield.
100%.
That's the only reason this deal isn't done right now.
Yeah. They have to buy it. I don't think they want to. I think I would not be surprised if they draft a running back this year. They being the Titans. But they have to buy this because you can't swing and a miss on a quarterback and not bring back a running back. So they're going to buy it, but they're going to draft a running back in one of those rounds this year.
Ooh.
Let's move on to Kenyon Drake, 26 years old, 800 yards rushing on 170 carries, 345 receiving yards, 8 total touchdowns. Are the Cardinals buying or selling Weezy?
Cardinals are buying. They need to buy. The running back they got,
David Johnson.
Yeah, David Johnson. He wore his welcome out.
Ooh.
He needs not in a bad way. He needs to go on and rejuvenate his career somewhere else. Kenyon Drake is a 3-down back. He was a top 15 pick. He came from Alabama. He's easily a superstar in this league.
Ooh.
I think so for sure.
Okay.
You can line him up all over the field. He's just as good as Alvin Kamara.
No, he's not. You went too far.
I'm just telling you. He can line him up
too far. Yeah, I get that. But he ain't as good as Alvin Kamara. But he's good, though. I think he's essentially the replacement for David Johnson. I'm buying as well.
Okay.
That final month of the season, he never looked back. He's only had 600 total touches in the NFL right now. So he's relatively fresh. Of course, all Alabama running backs, minus Derrick Henry, he can make a strong push to be a starting running back and a dynamic, like Weezy was saying, wide receiver, top target at this position. It's definitely buying. I think they might have to franchise tag him to keep him, though.
I got him selling.
Yo.
He's going to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
God, you want everybody to go Tampa Bay, don't you?
I got 2 people going. I got a quarterback and a running back. a running back that fits Bruce's scheme and a quarterback that doesn't make a bad throw. That's what they need. Hey,
Here we go.
let's move on to Melvin Gordon, 26 years old as well. This is a stacked running back class, man. I mean, think about that. Only 612 yards this year rushing because he held out for most of the season, which was a horrible idea. Shout out to his agent. He made $5.6 million last year. Only 296 receiving yards. Are the Chargers buying or selling?
It's selling, man.
Okay.
I think the Lions need this type of player. He killed his value by setting out those first 4 games. How many he missed? 4 games?
Yes. He only played 12 games last year.
Yeah, no, for sure. So playing second fiddle to Austin Eckler, off the bat, eventually working his way in the rhythm. Just a great talent. He'll improve next season. But I think Detroit seems a prime candidate to do that. They had a top 10 running block unit and never got that rolling. So they need a running back. Melvin Gordon to the Lions.
Right. I agree. Me and Coach Locke agree with you on that. And they charging to sell, but another team needs a running back needs to buy quickly,
Fast.
Yeah, because this dude still can play.
He can still play for sure.
I'm selling as well. I like what you said about Detroit, but I still think they believe in Kerryon Johnson.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm going Philly.
Okay.
Philly needs him. Philly could use a running back of this stature that can, they could pound the ball in, and can still catch out of the backfield as well, and give a little bit of a more safety net for Carson Wentz. Instead of that running back by committee they had last year. So I got him going to Philly.
Philly got Miles Sanders, right?
Okay, they got him. This will be Melvin Gordon.
I'm just telling you.
Melvin Gordon is better than Miles Sanders.
I disagree with you. But
You start a team right now.
I'm taking Miles Sanders. He did everything you just said. He gets the ball in the backfield. Miles Sanders is cold.
He's good. He ain't cold. Melvin Gordon is cold.
Yeah, Mike think you lying too. But no, man.
Mike know I'm telling the truth. That's why it's over here, buddy. That's why I ain't go nowhere. Not trying to knock it over still because he knew I was right here. Let's move on to Kareem Hunt. Only played 8 games last year because of obvious reasons. 179 yards rushing, 37 catches for 285 receiving yards out of the backfield. His salary last year was $3.25 million. He's only 24 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Browns buying or selling?
Selling for sure. In terms of pure talent, I think he's the second best running back on this list. Those off the field concerns knock him down, way down on this list. I have him going to the Bucs for everything you said that Kenyon Drake will do. He's just BA loves a running back like this. Had interest in Hunt before he was signed with the Browns. This is going to be a new look Bucs team, and the offense would be great with a great running back and a quarterback with new eyes. So have Kareem Hunt. You got to sell him if you're the Browns, but the Bucs buying him.
Yeah, I got me and Coach Light got him selling too.
Okay.
I think it was the worst idea for him to go to the Browns, but he had to go where he had to go.
Sure.
He just had to get on the field.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Andy Reid picks him back up.
See that? I can see that
agree on
100%.
that?
Yeah.
I agree 100% with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree 100% with that. I have him selling him as well, and I had him going back to the Chiefs.
yeah.
Smoke is clear. Everything's died down.
Yeah.
Come on back home. We're doing
Right.
it the right
Make
way.
the phone call. Hey, you good?
Yeah.
Everything good? All right, come on
Make
back.
sure that little legal situation he
Right.
had, they just posted the other day with him crying to the cop is over with.
Mhm.
Saying I should probably be playing the Super Bowl right now. Make sure he's all right from that. And go back home and do it the right way. And let's move on to our next person, Jordan Howard. 25 years old, played in 10 games last year, roughly 530 rushing yards, 69 receiving yards. His salary last year was $2 million. Are the Eagles buying or selling?
They got to sell, man. He looked great for the Eagles in the first half of the season, but then Miles Sanders came when he got an injury, and he overtook him in the situation as far as the rotation. I assumed that Miles Sanders would start day one. I don't even know why they traded for Jordan Howard, but they did. 30 rushing touchdowns over his 4 NFL seasons. So a team was out there looking for a chance to use him, and I think he will take the place of Melvin Gordon with the Chargers. So I have the Eagles, of course, selling, and he signed with the Chargers.
Okay. Weezy, how about you?
I mean, Coach Light got him buying also.
Buying? Okay.
But I think the only thing about Jordan Howard is he's a ground and pound back. He need his totes. You can't really share him because by the time the fourth quarter comes, he needs to be in the game.
Yeah,
But he's also like Derrick Henry, can't catch the ball in the backfield.
exactly.
So, learn how to catch.
Well, since I had Melvin Gordon going to the Eagles, of course I have them selling on Jordan Howard. So, again, very talented, off the injured, things like that. So he's selling. He's going to have to try to find him a place with someone after the draft and after training camp. To me,
Right, and those are our running backs. Let's move on to the wide receivers, starting off with Amari Cooper, 25 years old, only 25 years old. His 2019 salary was $14 million. Are the Cowboys buying or selling, Jeff?
they are buying.
Got to.
I don't understand what's taking so long, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Buying, he's your number one option until Dez gets out of Jerry's dreams in the shower. I said it again, but that was just weird. I can't stop thinking about it either. He fits the offense well. Dak loves him, by the man.
For Dak's sake, and help him get this money, he needs to buy in. He needs to make sure he gets his money first, then Dak gets his money. Because I don't think they go nowhere without Amari Cooper. Coach Locke agrees with me. I'm buying too.
Amari Cooper is the premier wideout on this free agent market this offseason. They have to buy in. He's only 25 years old, set career highs in both yards and touchdowns. He had a nagging injury with his knee, but one of the 3 Cowboys players has to go. It's Dak Prescott, Amari Cooper, and Byron Jones. Somebody has to go, and I think the person not named will be on this show. It'll be somebody off defense. So
Yeah.
Prescott loves him. It's a lock for him to come back. Cooper's route running, I think, is one of the best in the entire NFL. Now he got the Raiders stench off of him. He looks just open. It didn't work with the Raiders. Dude, they don't throw the ball down the field.
Right.
It's West Coast offense, all short passes. Amari Cooper has to have time to do those routes. Can't get a write-off in the West Coast. So, yeah, man, I think the Cowboys gave up a first-round pick. There's no way they let this guy go away.
Yes, I was going to say. I gave him so much to get him.
Yeah.
You got to get as much out of him as you can at this point.
100%. Let's move on next to A.J. Green, who's 31 years old. Did not play in 2019 because of an injury, but his 2019 salary was $12 million. Are the Bengals buying or selling A.J. Green?
I want them to sell, but I think they're going to buy.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be looking to start over, bringing in a new quarterback. why not have your best weapon available for that new quarterback? And that's AJ Green. So he's going to stay. I wish they would sell.
Yeah.
There's a team in Buffalo that could use him.
Team in San Francisco definitely.
I think they're gonna. Coach Locke has them buying, but I think they're gonna sell because I think AJ Green wants top money,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think they believe that he deserves top money at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have him going to the Philadelphia Eagles, where they don't have a wide receiver.
I like that.
That's a
I
solid
like
pick.
that. I like that, Weez. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I have the Bengals buying for everything Jeff said. Talent is undeniable, but he missed an entire season in 2019 and missed half the season in 2018 with injuries to his lower extremities. So you look as a player that's been tenured this long in one place. You got a number 1 overall pick coming in. You got a great wide receiver. He's going to stay. He's exactly what Joe Burrow needs. And this guy, man, is just going to be the bridge for Joe Burrow to succeed. So I have him buying in. Moving on to Emmanuel Sanders, 32 years old. His salary last year was $10 million. Are the 49ers buying or selling Emmanuel Sanders?
Well, I'm kind of hesitant to talk about Emmanuel Sanders on this show because last time he was brought up, got a little carried away.
No.
I'm just being silly. Honestly, I think San Francisco will sell him.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys will try to pick up someone else, maybe a little later on down this list.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, someone a little bit younger, less long in the tooth, less injured, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to be fighting for a roster spot somewhere else. But I think he's done in San Francisco.
Okay.
I think he's gonna be a good wide receiver somewhere else. I got him selling. Me and Coach Locke have him selling.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's gonna be good somewhere else. He's just. I think I got him as a possession wide receiver.
Yeah.
So somebody that. Patriots, maybe?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Somebody like that?
I have the 49ers selling as well. I think his best seasons are likely behind him because he's trying to bounce back from a torn Achilles. And he proved he still has plenty left in the tank. With San Francisco's cap situation, Sanders' departure is likely. And with Amari Cooper and AJ Green likely to stay in their respective teams, the domino falls to New England and they pick him up. 2-year deal. He is a Patriots wide receiver. For sure. Yeah. Let's move on to our last wide receiver, Robbie Anderson, 26 years old. His salary last year was $3 million. Are the Jets buying or selling on Robbie Anderson?
I got the Jets buying right here. Coach Locke agrees with me on that one. I think Robbie Anderson may be their best wide receiver.
Sure.
They got my favorite quarterback playing good.
Oh boy.
So that was his number one. That was his number one target last year. Robbie Anderson's good, man. Get your money right there.
The thing is, with this draft class coming in, this is probably the deepest draft class we've seen since that Sammy Watkins year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you look at it, can I get Robbie Anderson in the second or third round for cheaper if I'm the Jets?
100%.
The answer is yes.
Yep.
You can get him for cheaper. So I think they're going to sell on him. And he will find himself somewhere like a Buffalo. Or somewhere like a Pittsburgh.
I see why you did that.
But no, seriously though, like because the Jets need as many pieces as they can, and paying people maybe not top tier money, but anything other than rookie contract money for them is just not a smart idea at this point because they need as many weapons and many pieces as they can put on the team.
Sure.
So somewhere that needs, or even Philly. Philly needs a receiver.
Yeah.
So he can go somewhere like Philly as well. But I think his days in the Jets are done.
I have the Jets selling. I think one player that could greatly benefit from a change of scenery is Robbie Anderson. He spent his last 4 seasons in that dysfunction that is the Jets offense. They're just not using him the correct way.
Right.
And I think the upside is definitely there with Robbie Anderson, one of the better deep threats. And I have him going to the Raiders, even though they have a West Coast offense that doesn't throw the ball down the field. If John Gruden listens and somehow finds a way to throw some shots down the field, he would fit in greatly with the with the Raiders.
The thing about Robbie is we don't know how good he is yet.
We don't have a clue.
You know what I mean? So
have a clue.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. It's just off of that, I think they have to sell.
Sure.
All right, let's move on to our tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Hooper. You're absolutely right. Hooper. 25 years old, coming off of a 75 catch year, 787 yards with 6 touchdowns. His salary last year was $2 million. Falcons buying or selling?
They're selling, man.
Yep.
Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Zach Ertz, they get most of the attention as the league's top tight ends. But, dude, Austin Hooper's a baller. He shows improvement each of his 4 years he's been in the league. Packers need him bad. I think the Packers will sign him to replace Jimmy Graham. So give me a sell for the Falcons, but a buy for the Packers.
Right. I got the Falcons selling, but Coach Like has them buying. But I got them selling because I don't think they can afford them. They can afford him and Julio and the young boy from Alabama,
Calvin
Ridley. And it's a tight ends league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Tight ends are used just as much as wide receivers. Austin Hooper is a big time tight end to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I got him replacing Delaney Walker at the Titans.
Oh my God, y'all not paying him
we're
$10
not.
million a
We're not.
year. Hell, no, that's what he wants.
Right.
Yeah, that's what
That would be a game changer, though.
Yeah, he'll be good
Yeah,
there.
dude.
I mean, they got to have a quarterback to get him the ball, though.
Oh my God! You just gave him.
You like him over Jonnu?
No, I'm saying that
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Huh. I don't know. Well, I got the Falcons selling him as well. They
Yeah.
don't want to pay him. They can't afford him. It makes sense for the Packers. 100% makes sense.
He's expensive though,
Yeah,
but
it's gonna cost you.
that's something that they were paying Jimmy Graham. Why not give somebody younger to give them the exact same
gonna
thing?
cost you, but
Without
it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Hunter Henry, 25 years old, 55 catches last year, 5 touchdowns, 652 yards. Are the Chargers buying or selling?
Oh, they got to sell. I mean, if it weren't for Henry's continued injury issues, he'd probably be at the top of this list, man.
Yeah.
He was great coming out of Arkansas, torn ACL in 2018. They missed 4 games in 2019 with a knee fracture. If he can stay on the field next season, this is the Tom Brady, New England Patriots tight end. He's not Rob Gronkowski, but he did Rob Gronkowski things throughout his career so far. And he can line up in line or in the slot or out wide and dominate just like Rob Gronkowski. So it's great value, Rob Gronkowski for sure. So I got the Chargers selling Patriots 1 year deal.
I got the Coach Locke has them buying, and I have them buying also just because of the upper management is thinking my quarterback is gone, so I need a safety blanket for my rookie quarterback. If he stays healthy, that'd be a great safety blanket for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
I think
they're selling just because he's going to be expensive, even though he's often injured. He's going to be expensive. Someone's going to overpay for him.
They will.
And that's the problem. That the Chargers won't be. Chargers are smart enough not to do it.
Yeah.
And he's going to get overpaid by somebody that needs a tight end and needs a playmaker and hope he can stay on the field.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Eric Ebron, 26 years old, 31 catches last year, 375 yards with 3 touchdowns. His salary last year was $5 million. Are the Colts buying or selling?
Oh, you definitely selling him. His athleticism, this is Jeff's guy. Eric Ebron's athleticism is unparalleled. Unfortunately, his hands are not.
That's the thing.
Drops have been a consistent, lifelong issue for Eric Ebron with Detroit and Indianapolis. Yeah. Chicago desperately needs a reliable tight end. He's an intriguing red zone option. Yeah. And I think the Bears will pull that trigger. So the Colts are definitely selling.
I think the Colts are selling too. I think the Colts are selling too, and I think the only reason they're selling is because he can't catch the football. I'm gonna keep talking because they're talking. He can't catch the football, man. Yeah, but if he could, it'd be great.
He had that one stretch, not last season, but the season prior, that is going to get him paid. Because somebody's going to saw that stretch when he was catching on 2 touchdowns per game. His last season, not last season, but last season with the Lions, and that the athleticism is there. He's going to be able to get another job from someone like if the Packers can't pay your man's Hunter Henry or Austin Hooper.
Yeah,
he can go there and be a 3rd or 4th option and just be like the icing on the cake.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Good replacement. Yeah.
But it really isn't fair for nobody on the Indianapolis team offensively right now. The wide receiver tight ends, because they thought
Brissett didn't do bad. Y'all.
He didn't do bad.
No.
He didn't do bad, but they thought Andrew Luck was coming back.
Don't do Brissett like that.
I just don't. He got hurt at the wrong time.
Twice.
It's a difference between catching the ball. You gotta catch it like this, and then coach tries to you like this.
No, man. But I'm saying Jacoby Brissett's solid. Andrew Luck, we give it a lot of credit to Andrew Luck and his great career and stuff, but Brissett did all right. Don't do Brissett like that.
Yeah, he just got hurt at the wrong time.
He's not
Andrew Luck. I agree. 100%.
Him getting hurt is what's keeping him from being the starter. Like why they will look for Phillip Rivers next year because of that. And then let's do our last tight end, guys. Tyler Eifert, 29 years old. coming off a 43 reception, 436 yards, and 3 touchdown year. His salary was $1 million. Are the Bengals going to be buying or selling young Tyler?
This is another person that's dealt with injuries throughout his entire life. He's surprisingly healthy throughout 2019. Like Jeff mentioned, all of his great stats, playing full 16 games for the first time of his entire career.
Yeah.
Since 2015, it was the first time he played in double-digit game count. So this could bode well for him in free agency. I think, again, Joe Burrow needs all the safety blankets as possible. This is another safety blanket, so I have the Bengals buying Joe Burrow and Tyler Eifert this next year. So offensive line is improved. He'll free himself up, and Joe Burrow needs this guy. So I got him buying.
For everything you just said, me and Coach Light got him buying. But for him, I think he wants to be sold because he wants to make some money.
Yeah.
He'll go play for the Miami Dolphins because he wants to make some money.
Yeah, I can see that.
So that's what I think.
At the end of the day with him, man, he just, he has to get more film out there. And last year, he had a lot of film, but he had a terrible quarterback. Woo! And then with Andy Dalton coming in late, you saw the best of Tyler Eifert. So that is the offensive side.
Well, I was going to say.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. Okay. Pretty much everything you guys said, if the Bengals can afford him, you have to buy him just to have him as someone there for your rookie quarterback to find. As a like I said, safety blanket. That's the buzzword. But Weezy has a great point. This kid wants to get paid. He wants to make some money. He's not going to be in Cincinnati. Somewhere like Miami. Somewhere like, I know we mentioned him, but the Packers. And somewhere like the Patriots. This guy to me is the Patriots tight end.
Yeah,
he fits that mold. Now, not the Gronk, but the Watson, Watson type, stuff like that. Just go catch the ball, sure hands. He's open, 12 yards down the field, 15 yards, first down kind of guy.
Go, man. And that is the free agency class of 2020 on the offensive side of the ball. You know what that means? Part 2 is the defense.
Oh, yeah.
Defense.
Part 2 is the defense coming up next week. Sorry keeping you guys a little long, but it was players we had to get to, man. We had to cut the fat on some of these players too, man. There's a lot of free agents, man. Good free agent class. And I'm telling you, in the next couple of weeks, we'll probably see some more people being cut.
Oh, yeah.
Right before this, tell you, people go get cuts. Yeah, so this is a little early, but it's good to hear it. Football season's back. I know Weezy's excited about that.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Jeff, it looks as if, your Allen Iverson guy did not make it. Allen Iverson didn't make it as far as you thought he was going to make it.
What do you mean?
I mean, he got past Chris Paul.
Which he should.
He's having trouble right now as we record this podcast with D-Wade.
That's not a bad loss to take.
I agree.
Top five shooting guard.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook won, though.
Yeah, I mean,
he had a better year than he's had a better career than Dame Lillard for sure. Absolutely. He's supposed to win then.
I got a question.
Please.
Uh-oh.
How many different types of cheeses can you name?
I'm sorry, what?
How many different types of cheeses can you name?
I can name a couple.
Cheese, like the snack cheeses?
No, just cheese. Just cheese spirits.
Like Gouda,
pepper jack, Swiss, mozzarella.
He got 20 of them?
Do I have 20? I got 20.
Not
oh, then you got 20.
I got 20.
Come on with it. I'm helping you out.
I'm not. This is what I'm saying. We kept the people long, but I got a dub.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see for sure. Now, tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe, but more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Weezy.
Everything paid for, baby.
Jeff.
Camera's always on, brother.
Cameraman, the revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on prior episodes, visit the SoundCloud page. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend.